1-2 Switch Extreme.
That's not the name, and I was saving that
Everybody.
for later.
Oh,
But
sorry.
we'll get there.
Everyone, everybody,
That's the one. Everybody.
1-2 Switch or something.
Every 1-2 Switch. No,
How wrong?
It's got to
we?
be
Laugh
everybody.
at us and call us idiots.
Everybody 1-2 Switch. You're
I'm
right.
not. I'm just letting you guys go. It's just fun.
We're asking for confirmation.
I said I was going to cover that story later.
His favorite thing is to see us dangling off the edge of a cliff and like laugh and maybe like step on the fingers a little bit.
Everybody 1-2 Switch do.
Thank you very
That
much.
is the
It's due out
correct
June
answer.
30th, actually, of this
Man,
year of our
all right,
Lord,
well,
2023.
let's go to it. We'll do that news.
Sorry,
then.
we were just talking. We were having a conversation. Is this interrupting?
The
Hey,
king
don't
of
talk about the news during the news section, okay?
that was literally
the
our
flow.
last news story, and there's a whole big discussion about it.
Oh,
But
there isn't a
now,
discussion. We just had it.
all right. Let me read the comment, then I'll let you guys do the rest of the news. The
And
king
there's
up
a
north.
bigger news story
Poor
that came
RC.
after.
The king up north says, "While I know they won't be releasing it this year,
What?
They're
Everybody 1-2 Switch?
yeah, exactly. They're not talking about that." I'd love for
Is that
them
what
to
I sound
announce
like?
their next gen Switch at this showcase, but knowing Nintendo, they wouldn't want to mess up their holiday sales, so they'll announce it at the beginning of 2024 and release it at the beginning of the next fiscal year, either spring or early summer 2024. That's all speculation, just to make that clear.
That's smart.
All right, well, everybody 1-2 Switch fans at the table, I'll let you go into the story.
Oh, that's it. It's coming out June
You don't
30th.
have to. Yeah, you don't have to. Be, I don't know.
No.
What
we're
I think
doing
is-
it.
What
And
I
you
think
guys
is
were clearly
bigger
very
news,
excited to talk
actually.
about it.
I think it's much bigger news.
You're going to ruin another story now and then not talk about that one too?
But we're talking about it. We did
We're
talk
talking
about it.
Everybody 1-2 Switch.
Not
Tell
every-
me about it. Tell me the whole story behind it. Tell me the reaction to it. I want to hear
Somebody
the
was
story.
like, "Hey, I want to make a game," and they put it out, and they were like, "Oh, this is fun, but not everybody's playing it. So let's make a sequel called Everybody 1-2 Switch, and now everybody can play it. Fun for everyone."
Even that horse mask loves it.
Hey, he's the host. He's got to at least pretend.
Oh, he's the host.
He's
The
the
mask-
host.
That's
not-
where the mask came from.
No,
From everybody from 1-2 Switch, the original.
No.
Oh.
He's the host of Everybody 1-2 Switch.
None of your business.
So the because I've seen this horse mask in like real life.
Yeah, it's very popular in Japan. It was popular here
Okay.
for a while, but like that, there's lots of like comedy shows and variety shows in Japan where somebody is wearing a horse mask.
Okay, so that's not official Nintendo merch.
That is not official Nintendo merch. Not yet.
The
Not
Epona
yet.
mask.
No, yeah, no. Well,
the top comment is King Broly, and King Broly says, okay, that's pretty random." So yeah, everyone's talking about
what's so random about it?
Everyone's talking about
What's
it.
so random about it?
I'm not King Broly.
I know. I'm asking you for the news.
So I didn't.
They're putting it out.
I couldn't really focus right now on rereading it, but I read this article earlier in the week, and if I remember correctly, and I probably am missing a lot. People were, I guess they were working on this game. Everybody 1-2 Switch, and then it wasn't going well. So then people thought they were going to cancel it, but then all of a sudden they didn't cancel it, and now people think it's going to be a piece of crap.
All right, so
because
there's parts in there that are correct.
All right.
Well, I mean, I think it's all part of the system. It's all part of the ploy, because they're like, this isn't going well, we're going to scrap it. And then they said 1-2 Switch, and then they're selling it now.
That's
No,
actually a
everybody
really
1-2
good
Switch.
marketing plan. But
1-2 Switch already is out. This is Everybody 1-2 Switch.
Well, I think it's 1-2 Switch everybody.
not what I'm reading
Or
here.
everybody, comma. They forgot to put the comma in the graphic. Everybody, 1-2
There is-
Switch.
There is one. I guess there's.
we're never getting
Do we
done
call-
with the news.
Do we call?
It's okay,
a
this is the
hyphen
last news story.
punctuation?
Okay, good.
Well, then there's two pieces of punctuation in there. There's the hyphen and the exclamation point.
Where's the hyphen? I should see.
Is it a dash?
It's
or a
in
hyphen?
1 and 2, in between 1 and 2.
Not in the graphic there.
I see that.
in what you typed out, perhaps.
Glad to have you back, Nikki Hill. Glad to have you back. So here's the full story.
we
since we're
can't
doing it.
stop this guy from giving his opinion on every story he writes. I mean,
You're right. It is not in the graphic. You are correct.
Okay. What's the big story? What's the big scoop?
So
This is
all this stuff
ridiculous.
Do said about them saying we're having trouble with it and it might be canceled, and then it wasn't. Nintendo has never ever officially spoken about this game until this week, and they said, "Here's everybody 1-2 Switch. It comes out June 30th." That is the only time Nintendo has ever spoken about this game ever. Almost exactly a year ago, rumors came out that Nintendo was working on a successor to 1-2 Switch, and they were inspired by the You Don't Know Jack series for their direction. So they put together this idea where you could play it with Joy-Con, or you could play it with cell or smartphones, and it'd be another party style game like 1-2 Switch. Nintendo put it into play testing, and the play testers really didn't like it. They didn't like anything they played. They didn't like the host, all this stuff. And then we heard that the localizers that were working to bring the game, get it ready for its localization. Rumor has it they were calling the game Horse Shovel because they didn't like working on it and they weren't enjoying their time with it. And
because the host is a person in a horse mask.
That's right.
Also, he whispers the whole time.
So they've got horse shovel in Japan as well. Like they've got
localizers here.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
So they did. I don't know if they have that term in Japan. That's a great question. They have horses and they have masks over there as we discussed. And then also we heard that Nintendo was thinking, what should we do with this game? Playtesters aren't liking it. How much should we price it? Should it be a physical release? Should it be a digital release? Should we scrap it? Should we make a presentation for it? Nintendo didn't know what to do about it. So it took a whole year's time. What happened in that year's time? We don't know. Now, the rumors that we know about, or the rumors that we heard about this game was in development and development didn't go well and playtesters didn't like it. Again, those are all just rumors, but those stemmed from this source, Fanbyte, that was saying they're making a sequel to 1-2 Switch. It's got a horse and blah, blah, blah. So all that is verified now because we can see that. So you would have to believe the other stuff we heard is also true. So
for everyone listening,
how much has
this
changed?
Is a lot more than what is on this page here. Never would have gotten this whole story if you listened to me.
That's right. Yeah. Oddly enough,
you'll never get news if you listen to me.
If you read my report, I even link to the original report that we did a year ago. They give you all that back information too. But
I'm not doing
that. Yeah, exactly. Not doing it.
By the way,
so hold on. Let me just say this one point. We do not know what Nintendo has done in a year's time. Did they just sit on the game and now they're releasing it? Did they do things to tweak the game? Have they enhanced it? Have they changed things? We honestly don't know. And here's the real truth. We'll never know because Nintendo's not going to tell us that stuff. So you have the rumored information, which certainly seems factually true at this point, and what Nintendo's putting out. But we will never have Nintendo say the game play tested poorly. We didn't like this, that, or the other thing. And here's what we did in the meantime. We will never hear that ever.
But if the game comes out and people enjoy it, then it's safe to assume they kept testing it and changing it and tweaking it and improving it.
No, because how many times have you heard stories about movies that have tested horrendously and then they put them out that way anyway and they became classics? Like,
not often. I more often hear movies that tested terribly. They change it, and when they release it, it's horrible. And they're like, well, this was the original ending. And people are like, why wouldn't you just leave that?
Okay, because so Nikki Hill says if the game comes out and you like it, then they changed it.
Do you have examples of famous movies that happened to? I didn't know that.
I'm not off the top of my head, but yes, I mean,
it's happened the other way around, right?
Because I feel
it happens both ways all the time.
My feeling is, if you're going to have a test audience, why wouldn't you listen to what the audience says? It's almost like if you want to do your own thing, then don't have a test audience.
Because the people making the movie don't want the testers. It's the studio that does the testers.
But then wouldn't the studio be like, it tested poorly, change it?
A lot of times the studio
and the people that make the film are like, those people are idiots. Put the movie out. This is the changes
so they
you want.
Fight then.
Basically, look at the episode of The Simpsons. You got Poochie because the test audience.
That's what he's going by. That's all
of it. It was all a ruse for Poochie.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not saying testing can provide important information. It certainly can. And it can steer decisions, certainly. But you never want to just do what the test audience says, because 9 times out of 10, the test audience doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. They just I want a Poochie in it. So when the game comes out, the only truth we will know is we'll never know what the situation is for this last year. Nintendo, unless Nintendo comes out and says it, I guess they could, but I've never seen Nintendo.
If they're anything like me, they probably spent the whole year going, well, should we put it out? Maybe we shouldn't put it
Yeah,
out.
Nintendo seems like that.
Should we put? Maybe
No,
we'll put it out.
I heard. Now, I read this on Reddit under most controversial, so don't take it with a grain of salt.
Information,
but I heard
you guys getting your information from some dubious.
But I
sources
heard that they're releasing it now because Tears of the Kingdom's doing so well, and they're like, you know what? We'll just like lay this out at the end of the month, and no one will leave it. Like if it's bad, no one will even know, and we'll make it $30 so people will buy it.
What does Tears of the Kingdom have to do with anything?
Was like $30
because Tears of the Kingdom's like killing it, so they're like, we'll hide this under average game, below average game, under the wave of Tears of the Kingdom, and no one will notice. Look, it's most controversial on Reddit. I don't think it's true.
Everything's got to be a conspiracy theory. I don't understand. Like, if anything, I guess you will put out Tears of the Kingdom, and then people that do pay attention to video games would be like, "You follow it with this garbage? Why would you do that?" That's what I could see the internet saying.
Yeah,
not like
makes a lot of sense.
Let's sneak it out. Sneak it out to who? Who are you sneaking it out to? The people who don't pay attention to games anyway.
Bro, like I wouldn't know about this if I didn't know about you. and I'm still gonna be playing Tears of the Kingdom when this comes out. So.
Yeah, let's say you weren't here and you didn't know me. If this game happened to pass in front of your eyes, you would think of it for all of 2 seconds and then never pay attention to it again.
The Patreon you put out with what I'm assuming are official photographs from Nintendo, that would get my ire quickly, because that was so cheesy. And I was like, well, who do they think they're marketing to? Like, people want to play this? Like,
they're marketing it to
Dorcas,
the same people.
Mallorcas, that's Latin.
I'm gonna guess you don't remember any of the promotions for 1-2 Switch, which were almost exactly the same. The promotions for 1-2 Switch feature real people, and if I remember correctly, if you're lucky, in the very background of those pictures is like a Switch in tabletop mode with a tiny screen on it. Like, you see. They had people dressed up in like a farmer's outfit and all kinds of stuff to promote I'm going to look up those pictures. It's the same kind of thing. Well, I think if you're going to remove one thing, it would have been like a Switch being in the picture.
But you're saying how you didn't even know about it if you didn't know him, right? Well, guess what? This is a big part of the news that someone didn't talk about.
Go ahead.
It's already sold out, I'm assuming. It says gobbled up.
It's gobbled up on the website.
That's
the My Nintendo store.
That's nowhere near as cheesy as that picture you posted on the Patreon, man.
Well, there's the people
nowhere near as cheesy.
People dressed like
I'll pull up that Patreon.
Farmers milking cows, right?
Nope, not even.
No, I know the picture. It's two people. I'm showing you pictures of two people.
Look, it's not the people. It's the, I don't know. This one guy looks like he's.
Here we go. Now we're getting to it. No, go ahead. This is what I really want to hear, because I knew it was something about the way some guy specifically looks.
Yeah, where did you? Here we go.
If you go to Everybody
Look
1-2 Switch.
This. I mean, come on. That's corny as hell. You're never gonna play that.
Swing dancing?
Like, he looks like he's on one of those like they're on like one of those train track things, and they're that's why you liked it.
Here.
No, that's again not as corny as this. I never want to look like these two people.
All right,
never
to play devil's advocate with he's
wearing a bow tie. What is he? Work for Fox News?
Grown men in cowboy costumes.
This guy's wearing a bow tie. Is that Tucker Carlson playing 1-2 Switch? Everybody,
look at that.
We're putting these two pictures together. And you're telling me that's the worst one.
That's what I'm telling you.
He's a short.
That's insane.
I don't. Tank top and shorts cowboy. Those never existed.
You're telling me if you even knew these pictures came out back then, you'd be like, "This is fine."
I wouldn't say that either. I'm just saying. I'm just saying it's gotten worse.
It's worse. Look at this man drizzling semen into.
All right, I can definitely see. I didn't see the semen before. The negative space. Now I see the semen.
That was the most popular game in 1-2 Switch. Yank the crank.
Well, I guess I got to play this game.
You didn't play 1-2 Switch? I could have swore you did.
No,
rolling marbles in the thing and milking the cow. And
never ever.
The only time I played it was at the event that we went
when
to.
the Switch came out, so I never played it over here, and I
never played it outside.
1-2 Switch has got some really fun games.
Nintendo event.
How about this one?
All right, that's bad too. That's really bad.
Yeah, they're doing the same exact campaign with the second game. It's just they haven't shown any screenshots of the game yet.
I don't know. I'm always wrong when I do this, so I shouldn't. But like, I'd be interested to know what chat thinks, because I think I'm right, but I'm always wrong.
No. What I'm saying is, you're looking at them doing the exact same thing. You just happen to think that guy looks worse than any of them.
Because he's got a bow tie and suspenders.
Yeah, you don't like the man's outfit, is what it is. That's
he could
get him out of here.
Hair and makeup could have touched up his hair a little bit.
This guy isn't worse.
Look, they got him at a horrible photo. They took him. They took the photo. Like, why would you use that photo?
Nobody told them they were taking a picture of that.
Like, why did they take that still right then?
Because that's eating a sandwich.
He looks like he's being scared. Someone's jumping out from behind.
It's a game about eating a sandwich.
I love the idea behind that one.
That's not a lie, by the way. That's the truth. You eat a sandwich.
Thank God we're getting a sequel.
So he's mimicking the game of eating a sandwich, and they're like, "It's not selling it. Like, eat it harder." And he's like, and they're like, "No, eat it. Close your mouth."
These two.
He's got veins sticking out of his neck.
My whole point is to be outraged about this picture and not be outraged about the exact same kind of campaign with the first game.
So here's the thing. I didn't know the game existed 6 years ago. I never played it when it came out. I was never I don't and I didn't I got a Switch late with Breath of the Wild. I don't know what else.
That's a better picture than the
It's a little weird. There's a weird. Is that like drool?
No,
connecting.
That's the image. Of
that's the cow milking minigame.
That's the.
Oh, that one. You like that one?
Again. I still think mine is worse. As from a, I never want like I would look at that farmer and I'd be like, that's weird, but I'm interested in whatever that game is. I wouldn't look at Bowtie Man and be like, oh, awesome. Can I, be a correspondent? Is this correspondent? All
right. So let's take it. It's not about anything related to the game. You just literally do not like the man's bow tie.
Look, I'm not interested in this game. I'll play it with you if you'd like. I'm not interested in it. And the marketing campaign for me is not. It's not impressive.
But you will recognize, having now seen this introduced to you, the marketing campaign for this game
is consistent.
It's the same as the first
consistent.
Game. That's fine.
Yes.
That's
yes.
fine. The first 1-2 Switch does have some really good mini games in it. There's one that
I'm sure it does. It's Nintendo. It's got to be good.
One where you put the Joy-Con down, not face down. You put it on its side. What was it, like safe cracking or something? And you have to turn. It's like, or something about turning the Joy-Con a certain amount of degrees. And it's like 47 degrees, and you have it from a neutral point, and you turn it just feeling the clicks, and you're like, I think it'd be about here. And then it shows the numbers on the screen and locks everybody in. The cowboy one was a lot of fun too. It's quick draw, where you just have to sit there and you're listening for the guy to, I think you listen for the guy to say draw, and then you both pull and shoot at each other. And then you watch on screen and it shows who shot first and the angle of which you came up and the speed. It was a really fun game. There's the one with the marbles, which was awesome. You have the Joy-Con and you're supposed to guess how many marbles are inside the Joy-Con, and you do it by moving the Joy-Con around and feeling the marbles like bounce into each other and everything. It was awesome.
Spoiler alert. The answer is always 0. There's no marbles inside your controller.
No. Also, the cow milking one was a lot of fun. But
you know what I like? It's not the Joy-Con, but my Pro controller. When I have it set on the table and I press like the home button to turn on the Switch, and it vibrates. There's like a note to it.
Yeah, there's like a boop. I know what you mean. I know that noise. It
doesn't happen when it's in my hand, but when it's on a hard surface, you hear it.
Yeah, that's why you got to do it with Nintendo games, to put them on the table, because then you can hear. Sometimes there is a little ditty, a little jingle, a little specific noise. I love that kind of stuff. So yeah, 1-2. Everybody 1-2 Switch. It's a party game. It's meant for friends and family to get together who don't usually play games.
The original was $30 though too, wasn't it? It was cheaper.
I don't remember, to tell you the truth.
It was a discount.
But
you know what? You know what was a good game?
Stillbird says 100% marbles in there.
It was a good game at the release, and I never really played it.
I saw Duke cooking up something over here, and I was like, he can't wait.
I just want it to be out there. No one has to say anything, and if you disagree with me, I'd rather you not say anything. But I just want the chat to see it.
That the guy looks dorky. We all agree there.
Dorcas Malorcas.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, you're not getting an argument
His government name.
He looks like a dude.
You know what?
Yeah, I 100% agree.
I apologize if Dorcas Malorcas is in the chat.
That's right.
The opinions are of.
That's not right. You watch your mouth too.
These opinions are of.
I mean,
It's like the Hitler stash. It was ruined by Hitler. Charlie Chaplin. If it was just Charlie Chaplin, people would still be wearing it today.
So the bow tie was ruined by Tucker Carlson.
By any right wing pundit.
Okay.
Jo.
Okay. So this poor. But here's an important message. Can't somebody take that and try and make it good? Like poor Pepe the Frog.
Someone
Poor
can, but they failed.
Pepe, somebody has to fail so somebody can succeed at some point.
I just
All
feel
right,
bad.
I'll give you
Somebody
that.
out
I'll
there
give
was
you
going to be
that.
like, this
many
guy's
somebodies?
brave enough to be a bow tie man. Now I'm going to try it.
I just feel really bad because no one was considerate enough to let this gentleman know he had some flyaways before they took the pictures.
He's action heavy, man. That's as good as it gets.
They're flying away with movement.
Yeah.
He looks like a guy that like
That's so great. That's so great, Lanquin. That's amazing.
hey, he's at a wedding. He's at a wedding, Lanquin.
Oh, now bow ties are allowed at weddings. It's purple too. It's purple.
He was in the wedding.
He didn't get a say in
Did
that.
we not
He didn't
see
get a say in that. You
Yes.
don't get a say in what you wear in
Yes.
weddings.
Yeah, what did you wear to his wedding, huh? Oh, you had to wear a
wore
suit. I bet you
captain's
loved
hat.
it.
I wore a captain's
And
hat.
let's just all remember the pants Nikki Hill wore to JTS's wedding.
I mean, I'm sorry, but
I
with
can't
Lanquin's
say-
comment, I
I
think
can't
that's
say
game set
I
match.
wore
That's
those.
perfect.
They wore
no,
you?
it's not.
An avatar with a bow tie in it.
No,
Because
I
he's
painted
at a
them on.
wedding. I don't even understand.
I think I have a picture of
You
your
never
butt
said
specifically
anything
from
about
that
bow
wedding.
ties are good if you're at a
Listen,
wedding.
I tried to
Well,
trim
they
the
are.
waistline.
Okay.
and the thighs.
All right.
Did it?
Lanquin, no
They were
good. He says
cheap
bow
through
ties are good
little
at
white
weddings.
pants.
Everybody can wear a
They
bow
fit
tie
at
at a
one
wedding?
point.
Lanquin knows
There
that
was
it
a
was
time-
disingenuous.
I want him to.
Everybody at a wedding
I
can
don't
wear a
know
bow
if I
tie?
did.
If you want to, but like if you're in the wedding
Then
and
you
it's
have to
part
wear
of the
whatever they
dress
tell you to
code,
wear.
then you're gonna wear it.
I don't know that a purple tie is part. I think he just picked it because he liked it. Who's telling Beast what to wear?
The bride.
I would.
Oh,
Guess
by the way, for
bride,
the
but-
audio listeners only, do in Discord is.
Are you
it's
just seeing it
perfect.
now?
It's perfect.
No, I'm just
It's
laughing about
perfect.
it now.
It's funny.
Do in the Discord, his avatar is a picture of Beast from the X-Men, and Beast is wearing a bow tie. So Lanquin put that picture in the Discord and said, "Look at the bow tie dork."
I mean, it's
And-
funny, but like,
It's perfect.
it's not perfect because when you look at him, he's definitely not a dork. You look at the other guy, and the guy's a Dorcas Malorca.
It's
Beast,
also-
I
it's
love
also-
Beast.
did you
Beast
comment-
is without a doubt X-Men's
Not a
biggest
simple
dork.
Like,
He's
it's
a
the same
Dorcas
color.
Far
Malorca.
and away, far and
That bow tie
away.
is the
X-Men's
same like
biggest
color
okay,
palette
no.
as this guy too.
I'll take that back. There's two dorks in the old school X-Men: Cyclops and Beast. Beast is the cool dork. Cyclops is the dork.
All right,
But
I'll
one
give
of
you
them's
that.
wearing a bow tie, so
I'll
it's
give you
double
that.
dork. He's double downing on the dork.
But his uniform isn't bow tie. Like if that was his uniform that he always wore,
Yeah,
then
but if you're like, if I'm in the X-Men
well,
and they're like,
wait, you mean
I'm
like
gonna
you
have
like
to take
James
this
Bond
present
or something?
back. You don't
No,
appreciate
no,
it.
no.
if I never complained about bow ties. If I am in the X-Men, or if I'm going to an X-Men wedding and somebody's like, "Hey, I heard somebody's wearing a bow tie to this," I'd be like, "It's gonna be Beast. He's the dork. Of course, he's gonna wear that." Like nobody. I'd be like,
well,
Cyclops isn't gonna wear it. He is a dork, but it's not gonna be Cyclops.
Dude,
And
It's
this-
gonna
which
be in, like, a
turtle's
suit.
gonna wear a bow tie, huh? Dork.
this might
Donatello.
This probably would be Donatello if I.
I like how he had to think about it.
This might-
Obviously,
no,
Don.
I'm sorry. I think about answers before I give them. Yes, I went Leonardo. No, Raphael definitely not. He'd probably wear, if he wanted to, a bolo. and
yeah.
be like, this is badass. Yeah,
A real rebel.
yeah, exactly. He'd wear a bolo because that's Raphael. Thank you.
I
And
might
then
hate
Michelangelo.
bolos more than
Michelangelo,
bow
I could see
ties.
potentially wearing a bow tie for fun, like a polka dot bow tie, but probably not. I could see
a pizza
it, though.
bow tie.
Yeah, I could see it. I could see it.
But wait,
Donatello, yes, because he is a dork.
I would like to offer to the group, if I may, that it is not in fact the bow tie that makes him a Dorcas Malorcas, it's the suspenders.
It's the suspenders
would
and like
take-
the way he's. What is he
If you
doing?
take
He's
off the
filling up air in a
suspenders-
bike tire.
I mean, there's probably like a pump a balloon mini game. Yeah, if I
Well,
had
that's
to
the one
guess.
thing that's missing from those photos are the
Also, does he have like a
the,
moose
like,
knuckle in that
outline
picture?
of
Yeah.
what they're accomplishing.
Yeah, that is.
He has a moose knuckle. In the
This poor man has never suffered so much.
I mean, blow that up. Right?
Blow that dick up.
Look at that.
He's got the man.
Woo!
The pants are tight. The
Guys.
pants are very tight.
I mean, when you really
I'm looking at it.
he's
Oh, yeah.
splitting the
My
difference
man-
there.
My man wears a bow tie because he's confident. Why? Because he's got such a
Oh,
huge dick. We can see.
Keeper-doodle. Keeper-doodle.
I only brought this up because I'm jealous of the man's enormous penis.
You know, it took 20 minutes to get to the real reason, but I'm glad
I
we
can
got
admit
there.
when I'm wrong.
This whole thing is definitely going to be a highlight for the podcast this week. I'm making
is
this
Dodgy
video. This is
Beaver
so
Housen.
good.
Well,
This is so
not
good.
yeah.
You guys
that's
are so good in the Discord. You're amazing. I feel like whatever happens in the show from now, I feel like we should just stop. This was great. This conversation was so good. This is why I love the podcast.
It's a shame we didn't save this news story for the end.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Now we got to go back to regular news.
Goodbye, everybody.
Holy moly, was that good. Man, that is funny. What a great conversation. Thank you. Especially thank you, because we wouldn't have had it without you. Yeah, so there you go. $30, June 30th. Will we see more about it before then? Will we see a trailer? I don't know. To be fair, one side of me is like, yeah, I'd like to see a trailer just because I want to see a trailer. On the other side, I'm like, we know what it's going to be. Like, show me a few more screenshots and I'm cool. But we know what we're getting from Everybody Wants to Switch. It's not going to be like a big shocker or anything. And as I said on Patreon, I'm a sucker for any kind of party game. Any game you can get, especially where it woos in people who don't know how to play games traditionally. You can just give them a controller and you're like, it's a gun, it's a bike pump, it's a electric shaver, which was in 1-2 Switch.